All right, Nick. Good old Saint Nick. Oh, we cannot hear you, Nick.
Yep, give me a sec.
Now we can, of course.
Where do I go here, Mike?
Nick. All right, everybody. It is Christmas Eve, noon on Christmas Eve. Um, I'm going to make the assumption not a whole lot of people are in the office, uh, but Materials Exchange is in the office. Um, if you did see the invite for the show today, I must admit, I'm a little disappointed. We were supposed to have Santa Claus on with us today, but somehow I got my signals crossed with Santa Claus. I didn't realize that he was already out on his merry way delivering packages. So instead of Santa Claus, we have our good friend Saint Nick Abbott with us,
How we doing, folks?
and then Ashley Buckholt, of course. So why don't we jump right into it, Ash? Another interesting week in lumber, of course. What?
Yeah, Matt. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yep, you're loud and clear. What?
Yeah, let me shut my door here. I'm reverberating.
No, sorry. Okay. What'd you see as the trade of the week once he comes back?
There we go. There we go. All right. So the trade of the week I'll line up was really interesting because we kind of we took a platform that we already have, a dynamic live matching platform where people can come in and put live bids and offers up. And not only do they do that, it's not an RFQ system. They can move them around and match them. It's pretty amazing. And then we took a live streaming venue.
Oh, whoa!
Yeah,
Hold
we
on a
took.
second, Ash.
Oh,
Holy
There's
cow!
our guy.
Whoa!
well,
What a treat.
Well, hello, Santa Claus.
Merry Christmas. How is everybody?
Everybody's doing quite well. How are you?
Oh, are you kidding? I'm the busiest man in the world right now.
That's what we understand, and we're happy you joined us because we have a lot of questions for you.
You do? Well, I'll
Of
do my
course.
best to answer them for you.
So, as you know, we're in the lumber business, and lumber,
Absolutely.
lumber starts in one spot, it generally ends in another. Logistics. So, from your perspective,
Yeah.
what does it take to run a logistical operation, like the Santa Claus operation?
Well, the Santa Claus operation is run with a lot of teamwork. If you're not all working together towards the same goal, you're just not going to make it. You got to all find a similar goal, like all of my elves, my wife, everybody who's up here in the North Pole with me. They all work together and they all know that the goal is to make Christmas wishes come true. So we all have one goal, one focus, and that's what we work for all year long.
That makes sense. Well, you see, we got the team here, and
Yes.
Ashley Buckholt was just talking about the lumber market, and it's been a wild ride. So tell us a little bit about what's the sleigh ride like? How wild does that get?
Oh my goodness, you have no idea how wild it gets because the speeds at which we have to go, they kind of defy imagination. But since my reindeer know where they're going, thankfully we're able to target each place, get in, get out. Now I do have to admit this. I know you guys deliver lumber, and that's wonderful. But there is a little Santa magic that is kind of tossed into the middle of all this. So that's why I'm able to move at speeds that are a little faster than light. You don't really want to do that because, moving faster than light, you kind of get burned up usually. But Santa's not like that. But you just got to have the list out. You got to be able to aim for the right place, drop the stuff off, and move on to the next thing.
That totally makes sense. So,
Yep.
Santa, what have you seen out there in the world these days? Who's on the naughty and who's on the nice list?
Oh, well, Well, thankfully, I have both lists, so I can keep good track. I do want to tell you that Charles is definitely on the nice list.
Charles
Charles de la Tour.
Charles de la Torre is on the nice list. Well, it's funny.
Yeah.
Charles de la Torre spends Mondays at noon with us on show with Ash. What's the show you do with Charles?
We do. It's a good one. I can't remember. I'm so excited that Santa's on here right now. Cutting. We call it cutting edge, just like your edges on your sleigh.
Oh, look at you! Well done, Ash. Oh, I like that. But I can also tell you that Greg Kuda is also on the nice list.
Yep, Greg Kuda, he's a good one. Tuesdays he shows up for the lumber futures from the free seats. He's such a generous man. He gives his information about the lumber futures markets for free.
Well, that's amazing. And please make sure you're passing this on to them that Santa said that they were on the nice list.
Oh,
But
we will do that for
of course,
sure.
also Greg Riley.
Are you sure about that one?
I'm
one-
Santa. Of course I'm sure about that one.
Okay, hey, yeah, it's Greg Riley. So, Ash, what's Greg Riley been doing these days?
He's out shopping right now, I think.
See?
as he should be.
Yep. And I think he also said he had a question. He's like, every now and then people leave cookies and stuff. What's your favorite thing to get at the bottom of the fireplace or whatever venue you use to enter certain people's residence? What's the treat that you especially like to have?
Oh boy, you ask a really good question there, Ash. It's hard to say because I will tell you, home baked goods are really like absolutely top of the mark. But I'll never say no to a store bought cookie. You know what I mean? But I will say that, do you know what a snickerdoodle is?
Love them, yeah.
That, if a homemade snickerdoodle is there, I might just stick around the house for a little while and just keep eating them. That is like top of the chain for me. Though, most houses leave me milk. Every once in a while, somebody decides to get a little creative and they leave me like a little shot of whiskey or bourbon or something like that. That just keeps me warm and keeps me going too. So,
well, you got to be careful. Because some people in these snickerdoodles nowadays may bake something in there special for you, too.
Oh, ho. No. We can't do that. No. We just want just a regular snickerdoodle because if I have that and I have alcohol, then, who knows what will happen to the presents, and we need them to get there on time,
Right, for sure.
You got Rudolph out front. If you keep Rudolph pretty straight, you should be all right.
Well, yes, as long as the people in the reindeer food leave it just straight, that we don't want any extra, things in, in the reindeer food. I also have a couple of people on the nice list, just so you know. Matt Beamer.
Okay. Matt Beamer.
And Matt Beamer's on this from it.
What's
and
that?
Matt Lehman.
Yeah.
Matt Lehman's on the night. That's an impressive lineup of nice people on your list there.
Oh, I'm not done yet.
Oh,
I've got
okay.
one more that is at the absolute top of the nice list, and he happens to be here right now, and that's Ash.
Wow.
Top of the
Thanks,
list
Santa,
there,
man.
guy.
I appreciate that, man. That means you don't know how much that means coming from you. You're solid. That's a solid endorsement, my friend.
Got it.
What?
And you can tell
Where does-
everybody
where-
that Santa said so, Ash.
So where does
guys-
Nick fall on that list?
Well, Nick's working on it.
Thank you.
Nick's
I'll take
getting
that.
better and
I'll
better,
take that.
A little bit. And that's all, sometimes that's all we can ask for. Just a little bit better, a little bit better. And you too, Mike. A little bit better.
Yeah,
A little bit at a time.
the way I look at it, Santa, if you're not kind of on the edge, you might not be getting enough done. So sometimes,
Well, there's that.
sometimes you got to crack the whip a little bit, right?
No, absolutely. No. Sometimes you got to get right back to it and make sure that things are getting done. It doesn't mean you're on the naughty list for cracking the whip. It just, depending on, there's so many factors that go into naughty and nice. When you're running a business, Santa understands because Santa runs like one of the biggest businesses in the world. So,
So tell me about your supply chain. We've heard about the ports were backed up. What's the North Pole, Port of North Pole looking like these days?
Well, thankfully, again with that Santa magic, the port of North Pole is bringing everything in. Whatever their elves need to make stuff, Santa's able to procure it. Because as soon as Santa gets on the phone or on the internet with somebody, boy, they come right through for him, no matter what the supply chain looks like in the rest of the world. Sorry about that, guys. But Santa gets all the best and the top of the line equipment because, he's Santa.
Yeah, this is true. So what do you expect for 2022? I know that 21 was a pretty challenging year. What's some sage advice from the man in red? What can you tell the lumber world at least?
What I will say is, don't give up. You guys are doing great work. Stay focused. Keep working. I know that there's some old school things that are entrenched there. And here's the thing. It doesn't mean you have to throw away all of the old school stuff. What you want to do is keep the good stuff from the old school and then add to it, like I know you're doing, so that things can get even better. So that's what I say is stay focused, keep to your goals, and you guys are going to be a great success. I just know it.
That makes me very happy to hear that, Santa, and I couldn't agree with you more. What makes the world go around are people.
Absolutely.
And it's in the world we live in today. If you don't take advantage of the amazing technologies, which of course I'm sure you've taken advantage of at the North Pole. You mentioned the internet before just now.
Absolutely.
You take advantage of these gifts that a bunch of smart people have put together for you. It makes your life better.
You are absolutely correct, Mike. Absolutely. That's how what we got to do is, like I say, take all the good things and keep moving forward with all of it. And remember, as you just said, that people are at the center of all of it. It's not just a product, it's people. And that's what we definitely need to focus on.
So what's your vacation plan for after tomorrow night?
Well, I don't get a lot of vacation, but every year I have to take Mrs. Claus someplace warm. Every year I try to pick a different place. Now, if this is just going to stay between us, I'll tell you my destination this time.
Oh yeah,
so of course. Okay, all right. We're going to St. Thomas.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, well, we got to take a little bit of time just to spend some time together. We also, by the way, all of the elves get a vacation. All of the reindeer get a vacation. We've got to make sure we take good care of those employees as well. They get it. And then we all come back together. End of January, we start, doing some cleanup, and then we start working again, getting ready for next December.
All right. Well, so is there anyone that has questions for Santa Claus right now? If we do have
going to have to send them through pretty quick, only because Santa's going to have to get back to the elves and everything else. But I can take one or two questions real quick.
I've got a question for you, Santa.
Yeah.
Are you related to St. Thomas since you're St. Nicholas when you go down to the islands?
Well, no.
Okay, gotcha. I would just thought that maybe that may be happening.
We do share a first name, so to speak.
Yes, yes.
But no, we're not related. I do know the guy who the island was named after, though. Because Santa knows.
So I got one last question for you, Santa, and we'll let you run. You've been mentioning Mrs. Claus, and I'm sure she's a lovely lady, and you guys have been together for a long time. What's the key to having marital success?
Oh, you know what? I know it's going to sound trite. It's going to sound, everybody's like, oh, yeah. Communication. Absolutely 100%. I got to tell her what's on my mind, and she has to tell me what's on her mind. She has learned through the centuries that we have been married, and I have learned that she doesn't just give me when I say what something seems to be wrong, what's wrong, she doesn't just say nothing or I'm fine. She now tells me, but then I have to be ready to accept that and hear what's going on. And then if it's my behavior that needs to be fixed, then I got to fix it. But the flip side of things, I can't just keep all of my emotions bottled up inside. I got to tell her what's on my mind as well. So communication 100%. That is the secret to centuries of marital success.
It sounds like what makes a team successful as well.
Absolutely. See that? Teams, marriages, they all work together.
Well,
You guys,
our friend Nick here on this call, we're trying to impart that knowledge on him, and he decided that last night the key to his success with his new girlfriend is he brought her a bottle of champagne.
well, bottle of champagne is never a bad idea as long as she likes champagne, that is. But not just the champagne, right? You got to do, you know, you got to talk to her too. Believe me, ladies definitely want to be talked to. And believe it or not, I know guys are like, oh, I don't need to be talked to. You do. You're going to sit there and someday you're going to go, oh, why didn't she say anything to me? Well, make sure you ask. And when you ask the question, how's your day? Get ready for the answer.
All right. Well, Santa,
All right.
this is a true treat. I'm going to leave out half a shot of whiskey for you. I'll taste it to make sure it's the right.
Oh, that's moving you up on the nice list, Mike. Well done. I appreciate that. All right.
All right, Santa.
You guys have a
We
wonderful
appreciate
holiday,
you.
a Merry Christmas, and we will see you again next year. Ho, ho, ho. Bye-bye.
Ho, ho, ho. Wow.
Wow, was right.
That was Santa Claus.
That's awesome, man. He spent a lot of time with us too.
Yeah, good. Yeah, Santa's a hell of a guy. He's got magic. Speaking of magic, Ash, you were saying before Santa came along about the transaction trade of the week.
Yeah, so Chris, we took our platform, which is a dynamic matching platform, and we were live streaming. It was almost like the creation of the peanut butter cup, where the chocolate and the peanut butter came together to make this great candy. We now have live streaming, live platform. We did our first digital trade on the platform, and I got to tell you, I've gotten all kinds of calls about it. People are like, how did you do that? And it was a 2x6, 92 and 5/8 Hemfer premium stud. One of our super users, Kyle at Sherwood, who you got to tell Sherwood, congratulations to them. They are always ahead of the curve on technology and new innovations. Yes, and you know what? That is a testament to them and to Andy Goodman and the whole team over there of following technology and leading the pack. And it was sold by another super user. So I got to say, this is exciting. And I'm going to say real simply, that was the trade of the week. And I'll kick it back to you, Mike.
Thanks, Ash. I want everyone to know that you'll be able to see a lot more of that. We have plans in the works to push as much information out to you. That's the key to this whole game of lumber that we play. It's about information. The more you know, the better decisions you can make. We're going to keep the theme going here and just flip over to Nick real quick. Nick wanted to share what he's seeing. Nick takes care of all of the logistics at Materials Exchange, and he's got some interesting insights about activity in the trucking market.
So right now in the flatbed market, we're seeing the ports obviously are backed up like crazy. Trucking rates have gone down in the last month. We're still sitting at about $3 to $3.50 a mile. The Midwest is definitely tightening up a little, but the trouble with the port is you can get a truck. The only thing is getting an appointment at these ports is pretty difficult, especially in the holiday season with them being down for 3 days this week and next week. It's a little difficult.
What do you? How long do you expect it's going to take for everything to catch up on the ports?
I could see us getting back down to $3 a mile, maybe even less, if the weather permits. Hopefully by mid-January.
And by that time, the ports would have caught up on all their appointments.
Hopefully so.
Yeah, and I had also heard through the grapevine the reloads were getting an appointment at the reloads was a little challenging, but my guess is that'll clear out as well. All right, well, hey, that's going to wrap up the Smart Market here. From everyone at Materials Exchange, we want to wish you a very Merry Christmas. We are going to take off next week, so or maybe. I shouldn't say that. We haven't decided. I think we might have a wrap-up show next week and just kind of talk about what the what we saw in 2021 and what we could expect in 2022. We've gotten some requests for getting particular guests on the show. If anyone out there has a particular topic they want covered, or if someone out there would like to be on the show, just reach out to us. We'll do our best to get you on or to get a guest of that topic on. And with that, we're going to check out. Merry Christmas. Everybody stay safe.
Merry Christmas, guys.
Merry Christmas.